Electricity and water, those are the two primary resources that data centers use on a daily basis.
With several data centers planned for communities across the Miami Valley, some people are voicing concerns about the impact and potential drain on those resources near their homes and businesses. 2 News reporter Sartaj Singh continues our deep dive into the rise of data centers in the Miami Valley, talking with officials about those concerns.
Water and electricity are resources that we use every day, and these data centers use them daily as well, just at a much higher rate. But how much energy does it take to keep the lights on at these facilities? And how much water does it take to keep those servers cool? I spoke with local leaders to find out. It turns out they have questions of their own and concerns about the potential toll on these key resources.
With these large load requests, including data centers, those investments take on large loads and they use a lot of energy.
Electricity is the first thing people worry about when it comes to data centers. And according to Marianne Cable with AES Ohio, data centers bring with them a need for upgrades to the current electric grids to handle increased demand. That could mean changes to your electric bill. But Cable says its short-term pain could lead to long-term gain.
Building of those upgrades to serve that customer are at the cost of the customer. But those that benefit all will be passed on to the customer with bringing stability or potentially lowering those rates.
Data centers also require large amounts of water.
So you're looking at our Dayton flood protection feature.
And that resource is coming from local rivers. Mike Eckberg, the Water Resource Monitoring and Data Analysis Manager at the Miami Conservancy District, says that they are also watching the development of these data centers closely. The district sent a letter to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency expressing concerns about the draft application process for these centers.
It may be one thing to have a data center discharging into a stream, but then it's another when you're talking about 3, 5, 7 of these facilities.
Since data centers use different methods of cooling, along with the remaining unknowns regarding the use of water, the district says the current permit process doesn't address these concerns.
We're concerned that there's a lot of variability amongst data centers in terms of the type of cooling systems that are used and how the wastewater that's going out into the receiving stream, the differences in pollutants that might be present.
And not only drinking water could be affected, aquatic animals could see impacts as well.
It's possible that the temperature of that water is raised. That could potentially have adverse impacts on aquatic communities and the fish and bugs that live in our rivers and streams.
And this abundance of concerns and questions have reached the state level.
I don't think we've studied this the way we need to study this.
Gary Click is the state representative for District 88. He has presented House Bill 646 to create a bipartisan committee on the increase of data centers. He said he has heard the common questions when it comes to the facilities.
Is this the best use for agricultural land? Is this going to make my electric bills go up? How's this going to affect our local water?
He hopes that the creation of a commission will address these concerns.
Let's study these things through a study commission. Let's put some experts on a panel that understand these things and make sure that we have input from the people.
And that proper guidelines will be set for future developments.
The proper use of and disposal of water. I would expect some recommendations, about the energy grid.
Coming up Wednesday on WDTN, we'll hear from residents who are voicing their concerns about these centers in Piqua, Sidney, Springfield, and Wilmington, and show you what comes next. In studio, Sartaj Singh, 2 News.